Have you ever had a strange feeling that something was trying to tell you something? You think about someone. Seconds later they text. You randomly open a book. The exact sentence answers a problem you've been struggling with for weeks. You miss a bus. Then discover that bus was involved in an accident. Coincidence? Maybe. But what if coincidence is just the word we use when we don't understand the pattern yet? Because here's something uncomfortable. Your brain is constantly searching for meaning, even when meaning isn't obvious. And sometimes, it finds something strange. Think about this. Out of billions of people, millions of daily events, thousands of decisions every day, why do certain moments feel different? Why do some events hit you like they were designed specifically for you? Most people experience these moments, but few stop long enough to ask what they actually are. And that question changes everything. Because hidden behind what we call coincidence, there may be a code, not a magical code, not necessarily a supernatural one, but a code built from patterns, psychology, probability, attention, memory, and something much stranger. Let's start with something simple. Imagine buying a red car. Red cars appear everywhere. Were they always there? Yes. Did your brain ignore them before? Also yes. This is because your brain isn't designed to show you reality. It's designed to show you useful reality. There are simply too many things happening around you. Too much information, too much noise, so your mind filters. Constantly. This filtering system determines what gets your attention and what disappears. Now think about what happens when something becomes emotionally important. A person, a fear, a goal, a dream. Your mind starts highlighting related information everywhere. Suddenly, the world feels like it's sending messages. But here's where things become strange, because not every coincidence can be explained that easily. Psychologist and psychiatrist Carl Jung had a fascinating idea. He called it synchronicity. The idea that certain events appear meaningfully connected, even when no obvious cause exists. Two unrelated events, one powerful meaning. Imagine dreaming about an old friend, then discovering they called you after years of silence. Statistically, possible. Emotionally, it feels impossible. And that's important, because humans don't experience reality through statistics. We experience reality through emotion. Your brain remembers emotionally charged events far more intensely. You forget thousands of meaningless moments, but the strange ones, they stay forever. This creates a dangerous illusion. You begin believing coincidence happens more often than it actually does, because your memory edits reality constantly. Now here's where probability enters. Suppose something has a 1 in a million chance of happening. Sounds impossible, right? Again, you make thousands of observations daily, millions yearly. Multiply that across billions of people. Suddenly, 1 in a million events happen constantly. Some mathematicians argue that extraordinarily unlikely events are not extraordinary at all. They're mathematically inevitable. The truly surprising thing may not be coincidence. It may be how rarely we notice it. But there is another layer, and this layer changes how you see everything. Humans are pattern-detecting machines. Actually, we're too good at it. Our ancestors survived because they connected dots quickly. Hear movement in bushes? Assume predator. See footprints? Assume danger. Finding patterns kept humans alive. Missing patterns killed them. So evolution created brains obsessed with connections. Sometimes useful, sometimes completely wrong. This is why people see faces in clouds, messages in numbers, signs everywhere. Your brain hates randomness. It wants stories, it wants explanations, it wants order, even when none exists. Now imagine combining emotional memory, pattern recognition, selective attention, probability. What do you get? A machine designed to create coincidence. But still, something feels missing, because certain moments feel different. You know the feeling, that strange chill, that impossible timing, that moment where reality seems to look directly at you. Why? One explanation is simple. Emotion amplifies perception. When something matters deeply, your nervous system becomes hyper-aware. Time feels slower. Details become sharper. experiences become unforgettable. Coincidences occurring during emotional periods feel larger because your brain records them differently. Breakups, loss, love, major decisions. These moments create perfect conditions for meaningful coincidence, but let's explore something even more uncomfortable. What if coincidence isn't only about discovering patterns? What if it's also about creating them? Think about this. You start believing opportunities are appearing. You become more confident, more observant, more willing to act. Suddenly, more opportunities appear. Did reality change? Or did you? This creates a feedback loop. Beliefs influence behavior. Behavior changes outcomes. Outcomes reinforce beliefs. Coincidences become self-fulfilling. This happens constantly. Successful people often describe lucky breaks, but researchers repeatedly find something interesting. People who believe opportunities exist tend to notice more opportunities. Not because the universe favors them, because attention favors them. Now here's a weird experiment. For the next week, choose one thing, a number, a word, an object. Focus on it, actively search for it. You know what happens? It begins appearing everywhere. Not because reality changed, because your filter changed. And this may be the hidden code, not coincidence itself. Attention. Because attention shapes experience more than most people realize. What you notice becomes your world. What you ignore disappears. The terrifying implication? Two people can live inside the same reality and experience completely different worlds. One sees opportunities, one sees problems, one sees signs, one sees randomness. Who's correct? Possibly both. Now let's ask the question nobody likes asking. Do coincidences mean something? The honest answer, sometimes yes, sometimes no. But maybe that's the wrong question. Perhaps the better question is, what does your reaction reveal? Because when coincidence grabs your attention, it exposes something. Your fears, your desires, your obsessions, your hidden priorities. The coincidence itself may not matter. Your response to it might. Think about the last strange coincidence you experienced. Why did it stay with you? Why that moment? Why not thousands of others? Maybe because it touched something already inside you. And maybe that's why humans have always been fascinated by coincidence. Ancient civilizations searched for omens. Religion searched for signs. Scientists searched for laws. We all search for hidden order. Because randomness feels uncomfortable. Meaning feels safer. But here's the strange conclusion. Whether coincidence contains hidden messages may not be the most important thing. Because coincidence changes behavior. And behavior changes reality. A strange meeting creates a friendship. A random video changes someone's career. A missed train changes someone's future. Small events create enormous consequences. Not because they were destined, because they created motion. And motion changes everything. So maybe the hidden code behind coincidence isn't mystical. Maybe it's psychological. Maybe it's statistical. Maybe it's biological. Or maybe it's something beautifully human. The ability to connect isolated moments into meaningful stories. To transform chaos into narrative. To create meaning where none existed before. And maybe that ability itself is the real miracle. So next time something strange happens, don't immediately ask, was this fate? Ask something better. Why did this moment capture my attention? Because the answer might reveal more about you. Then, about coincidence itself. And now I'm curious. What's the strangest coincidence you've ever experienced? Write it below. Because sometimes, the most fascinating patterns appear when strangers compare stories.